Click on the Architecture tab, click on Walls again. This time we're going to select an interior partition. Interior 4.5-inch partition. Find the center of the wall by using this midpoint snap and drag the wall to the other side. We'll add the same wall. Notice when we click on the wall tool, the last wall we used is the wall that will come up again. And I want to position this interior wall about 5 feet from the inside face of the exterior wall. And you see those default, or I should say temporary dimensions, help you out by locating those. I wouldn't worry too much about placing things in exact positions. You just kind of want to get things sort of where you expect them to be. And we can always make those modifications once we start adding some hard dimensions to these plans. If you don't like the location of a wall, you can click on it. Let's move that to the outside face of stud, and let's move this to the center of the wall. So in this case, we don't want the wall to be dimensioned to the outside face of stud for interior partitions. So one of the ways we can control the temporary dimension so that it goes to the desired location is we already know that we can toggle it. But notice that when an interior partition, one of the toggle locations is the center of the wall. So there's the center of the wall. That's more likely how we'd like to locate that interior partition. So once I've got the dimensions set to go to the outside face of stud here, and I've got this toggled to the center of the wall, I can now pick on this dimension and change it to an exact number. Let's add a door. Click on the door tool. Let's look to see what we have in our library for doors to pick from. I want to pick one of the single flush doors, 30 inches. And I'm going to put a door here in the wall. Notice when I don't have my cursor near a wall, it doesn't let me put a door in, so you have to have a wall to host the door. And I do want this door to be going into, this is going to become a bathroom, but I'd like the swing of the door to be in the opposite direction. While I'm placing the door, if I drag slightly down, the swing goes in the opposite direction. If I drag slightly up, it goes in the other side of the wall. But if I want to switch the hinge, I have to hit the space bar. So all I'm doing right now is hitting the space bar, and it's flipping that hinge back and forth. So I want to place that door that way. And then I want to place the door on this wall. Sometimes you get your temporary dimensions in the way. And let's place some windows. So go back to the Architecture tab, pick the Window tool, and let's pick some double hung 36 by 48 windows. We'll put one in what is going to become the bedroom. We'll put another one in the bedroom. We'll put one in the living dining area. And we'll put casement windows, if we've got them. Yep, 24 by 24 we'll put in the bathroom, and then we'll put a 36 by 24 in the kitchen, but I'd rather that be 36 by 36. So we're going to just do a quick edit type. So with that window selected, I'm going to hit edit type. I'm going to duplicate it to create a brand new size and change that to 36 by 36 inches. Now that just changed it in name alone. So over here under height and width, we want to make those changes. I like the width at 36 or 3 feet. I want to change the height to 3 feet and hit OK. And I can put that window in its place. So we've been doing a lot of work here in the plan view. Let's take a look at what this looks like so far in the 3D view. So I can scroll down under the project browser and find the 3D view. And this is what we have so far. I'm holding down the Shift key and using the middle mouse button to drag around the model. So one of the problems that I see is the windows on the back side here that were different sizes than the double hung windows don't seem to be hung at the correct height. So we can correct that by selecting all of our windows. You can do that here or in the plan view. So I'm going to do that here by just putting a window around the bottom half of all of those walls. Now we ended up selecting quite a few things. We selected all the walls on the inside, the doors, and all the windows, but I really just want the windows selected. So this is where filter really comes in handy. We'll select filter, turn off walls and doors so that just windows is selected. And over here in our properties, I can now set the head height for all of those windows to the same height. The reason we're not seeing a value here now is that it's a variable. Not all the windows are at the same height, so no value is showing at all. Let's change that to 6 feet 8 inches and apply. And you notice the windows that were selected in the front just moved. These windows are now selected at the right head height. And that's one of the ways we can control multiple objects and change settings.